Hey there, this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Welcome to this edition of Facebook Live, Week 10, Day 4. We're discussing a very important topic as it relates to our older clients, posture and balance, because we believe when you help your clients develop a more optimal and efficient postural strategy, you give them a more optimal and efficient strategy for balance. So we're discussing some of the strategies we use here in our own clinic to work with our older clients to improve posture and balance. One of the patterns we do is the hip hinge, wall-supported hip hinge pattern. We believe and use this pattern because when you help your clients develop a more optimal strategy for creating anterior pelvic rotation or rotation of the pelvis over top of the femoral heads, you help your clients mobilize their hips, and you also help them with a very important strategy. When a lot of our clients have disturbances in their center of mass, as if somebody bumps them and now they shift their weight forward. Many of our clients don't have a good hip strategy, meaning they can't bend their hips and come back upright, or they can't shift their weight to the side and come back to center. Once they get bumped, they are gripping too much from their hips, they're tucked into posterior pelvic tilt, and then when they get bumped, they move forward. Tomorrow we'll talk more about the stepping strategy and how to develop that in your clients. But today we're going to talk about the hip strategy, where they get bumped from the side and then they will just fall over because they can't recuperate and have their hips shift and then come back to center. So the supported wall hip hinge pattern is a great pattern for helping our clients develop better hip mobility and be able to move that pelvis anteriorly over top of their femoral heads. It's also a great pattern for helping them develop the eccentric lengthening of their glutes, hip rotators, and hamstrings. And that's why so many of our clients are stuck in that posterior pelvic tilt, because they're gripping their posterior hip rotators, glutes, and they're also short through their hamstrings, so they can't get anterior pelvic rotation to get a proper hip hinge pattern, and therefore they don't have proper glute development, and they can't load their hips properly, and they overload their low back and their knees in the process. And that, again, affects their balance as well as their walking. So this pattern is so effective for mobilizing the hips and improving both their hip mobility as well as how they walk. So here's how the pattern looks. Have our clients stand about half a foot away from the wall. They'll align their head and neck over top of the thoracolpelvic cylinder, or the thorax over top of the pelvis, over top of their feet to the best of their ability. Then they'll place their hands upon their pelvis and then sit their hips back onto the wall. So that way they have the pressure of the wall, they feel the pressure of the wall on their hips, and that way they can monitor with their hands the ability of them to move their pelvis over top their femoral heads. So you're going to take a deep breath in here at the top position, and as they breathe out, they're going to rotate and slide their hips up the wall, maintaining that alignment and go as far as they can go while still rotating their pelvis. So this is where I stop. This is as far as I can go. So I'll breathe in to come back upright, and then breathe out to hinge forward. And I want to keep that weight equal between both feet and equal between both glutes or hips against the wall. Breathing in to come back upright, and then breathing out to hinge forward. Making sure your client rotates as far as they can maintain the anterior pelvic rotation or motion of the pelvis over top of the femoral heads. Excellent pattern for mobilizing the hips, for developing that ability to disturb their center of mass forward and backwards, and also will improve their ability to translate their weight in the frontal plane as well. And it's a great pattern, as you know, we've discussed this before, to eccentrically load the glutes and the hamstring, which is why some of our clients don't have great glute development and are unable to squat, lunge, step, and do lower extremity patterns very effectively. So again, an awesome pattern for our older clients to help improve the hip strategy of their overall balance strategy. Tomorrow, we're going to come back and talk more about the stepping strategy and how that's so important to our clients' balance. And overall, we're going to help our clients develop a more optimal posture strategy so that it feeds right into their balance strategy as well. So this is Dr. Evan Osar with the Institute for Integrative Health and Fitness Education. Thanks for watching. Hope it helped you serve your older clients and become that specialist that your clients need and want and your potential clients will seek out. Thanks for watching. Make it a great day. We'll see you tomorrow on Facebook Live.